What's up YouTube, it's me Sonii Beats, and today I'm going to be breaking down my second guitar beat. If you watched my last guitar beat video, I said I was going to make at least 12 guitar beats this year. So far I've only made one, mostly because I got annoyed with the recording process of a guitar in Ableton. But I have been practicing my guitar a decent amount, probably not enough because I just kind of play the stuff I already know instead of learning new stuff. For this beat, I saw a Mondo Loops video where he gives a couple chord progression, so I just learned the chord progression, played that, and then played a little solo over it, and then I added a few chords and I played the bass. Not an actual bass, I made my guitar sound like a bass. The reason each of these has two different recording lanes is because I watched this Kenny Beat video where he talks about how to avoid latency. Like, I didn't know about the reduced latency when monitoring thing. Made my latency a lot shorter because like when I'm playing drums and stuff, it's all late. For some reason I thought I was just off beat, but it turns out I had some latency. You can go in here, turn down your samples, and make a driver error compensation. So now my latency is super small compared to what it was. This allows you to put all the effects and hear the effects, but still get the freshly recorded in audio that's not lagged, because this one's recording but it has nothing on it. This one's recording so you can hear everything on it. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the chord progression that I learned from the Mondo Loops video. Alright, so that's the chord progression. Based on the fretting or the positions of it, I know it goes from A to G to F, and then from A to C to F. Alright, so after that, came down here and played this solo over top. I just played a little bit, stopped when I messed up, started again, stopped when I messed up, started again, and pieced them all together. I'll just play the first part of it. The first recording I did, when I was kind of freestyling, I had a lot more pull-offs and stuff, but I kept messing up, so I decided to go simple without all the sliding and trying to do pull-offs, because I don't really know the fretboard like that. Alright, after that, I came up with a drum loop. Alright, so initially I had to use this Orangey Soul loop. He makes really good drums. He also makes really good music. You should check him out. And he streams on Twitch. Alright, so that was the initial drum loop I used, but after watching some of his streams, I wanted to learn to do it myself. So I watched a bunch of Orangey Soul streams and some Amari Jazz streams, and I've been practicing using addicted drums to make acoustic drums sound like one shot. So I tried my best and I made this drum loop. Let me know what you think, if you think I should have left the original drum loop or if I should have left the one I made. But this is what I came up with. Yeah, so there's slight variation between this loop here and this loop here, but they're pretty much the same. To get the drums like this, I just changed everything in here. I started off with the preset that didn't have any processing on it. You can go in here and choose natural versus extreme. I just went all the way natural, and then I just came in here, edited all the volumes. I like to start with low volume because then you can boost the volume by adding the drum buzz, sketch cassette compression. I mess with the lower frequencies using Radiator. Use the smile curve, SideQ, EQ preset, and mess with it a little bit. And then I EQ'd it some more here, and then I used the glue compressor at the end. So after that, I came up here and came up with these chords. They're pretty simple to come up with because A minor is the same as C major. It's just all the white keys. And I already knew it was A, G, F, A, C, F, so I just played chords based off that. Alright, next, I use those same chords here. I added a glitchy sounding preset from CS80. I added a phaser, a reverb, a crystallizer, panning, and some effects from RC20. This is what it sounds like alone. This really isn't meant to be too prominent. It's something that's supposed to just kind of be in the background. And then after that, I went through and added some small melodies using a few different VSTs. This was the first melody I came with, and as you can see, it's here and here. I played it here first, and I just copied it here and changed the instrument. So as you can hear, I use the modular wheel to go down a semitone here and up a semitone here. I've been using that a lot recently. And this is the same melody, just a different instrument. I'll just play half of it so you can hear what the instrument sounds like. Both these were found in the Mellotron VST. Next, I added this sound from Farfisa 5. And I made it move like that using the modular wheel. After that, I added this little melody with a preset from Emulator 2. I added this final melody from another preset in CS80. So that's pretty much it for all the extra melodies that I added. For the intro, I kept the glitchy sound that I had and just cut it off a little bit right here. The only thing that's different is the volume's higher and it's slowly turning down as it gets closer to the drop. Then down here, I got a kick, part of a fill, a snap, and the lo-fi drop that I always use. And I just reversed them all, except for this, I left it the same. These three reverse into this. And then I have this snare roll right here. Altogether, that sounds like this. final thing I did was the bass. And for the bass, I just played the lowest string on the guitar and added a little Ultra Boy and some radiator, a saturator, and that's what gives it the bass tone. Besides that, I left everything the same. I think even the preset in here is the same. And then when I used the Crusher bass preset. For this, I played all the way up to here, and then I just repeated one of these sections. I forgot which part of it I copied. I kept this final part as a repeat. I'll just play part of this. So I think that came out pretty good. I'm nowhere near Kyle Young type bass playing. I think it was good compared to last time. If you saw the last time I did it, it was super delayed in here for some reason, and it was just hard to play anything because it was so lagged. And that's pretty much it for the beat. I'll play it out, and I'll probably also have a link to the full beat. I'll drop it this Friday. Not on Spotify or anything, just on YouTube, maybe SoundCloud if y'all want it on there. Also, let me know what you think about the drums, if I should have kept the drum loop from Orangey Soul, or if you like the drums that I came up with. Other than that, got the same mastering chain. I had to turn it down a little bit because it was super loud, just so I don't have too much latency, because when you put all this on there, it causes everything to kind of lag. I usually just put a limiter on the master while I'm making the beat, and then when I'm done, put my chain on here with the glue compressor that I just use as a clipper. I usually throw a little bit of RC20 on here. I use this distortion thing for saturating. Add a little flutter and wow, a little wear, a little vinyl, and then I have ozone to bring up the loudness. This time I added some more saturation with the vintage tape. I've just been trying to experiment a little bit with ways to make your sound a little different or better in a way. And then I add the same soothe on here and this just for loudness. All right, so that's it for the beat. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Check out my music on Spotify, share my music, share my videos, comment, like, and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Also, if you'd like to use any of my music in your YouTube videos, feel free to. Just leave credit in the bio and make sure it's easy for people to find my music and listen to it. It's all DMCA free. If it does get striked, that means that I might have used a sample and someone illegally struck your video down because they claimed a sample that's for everybody to use, or it's one of my songs where I blatantly used a popular sample, so you probably shouldn't use those songs. If it's on Spotify, it should be copyright free. I'd recommend using those.